What's up, guys? 6 a.m. It is early this morning. But I got to go work out because I got my business meeting this morning. So I'm probably going to have like pancakes and bacon. So I got to make sure I get a good workout in before that. So I'm happy today. Still sitting at 240. Did cheat last night. Me and the wife went to Tom Thumb and we got this like sweet potato crust pizza. It was really freaking good, but upside is I didn't get any weight from it. I'm still sitting at 240. So that's great. I'm probably going to gain a little bit of weight this morning from my business meeting breakfast, but you know, it's okay. It's worth it to be able to live the way you want to live and still look the way you want to look, right? So that's the whole goal of this, is to teach you guys it is possible to lose, what's my goal? 30 pounds in 90 days and still look and feel the way you want to look and still have a freaking life where you're not counting calories all the time, where you're not, carrying Tupperware containers all the time and all that kind of stuff. So today, what we're talking about is sets and reps and body types. Okay, so these are questions I get all the freaking time. Is, hey, what are my sets and reps? What should they be? And what's my body type? What should it be? So sets and reps is all about two things: goals and body types. All right. So there's three types of muscle fiber in your body. Okay. Number one is endurance. Number two is power. Number three is torque. Okay. Torque is like your off the line speed, right? Like sprinters, jumpers, things like that have a lot of torque. Okay. And then you have horsepower. Okay, so how much weight can you actually lift? Doesn't mean you're fast, right? Doesn't mean you have a lot of explosiveness. It just means how much weight can you actually lift. And then you have endurance. How long can you lift that weight, right? So you can train for each type of these things, right? Obviously, you train for those things doing those movements. So if you want to be somebody with a lot of explosion and power and quickness, then you do box jumps and sprints and things of that nature, hang cleans, things of that nature. If you want to be somebody that's incredibly strong, right, then you train in the nature of doing bench press and squat and deadlift, and you train that 5 to 8 repetitions, 3 to 5 sets, right? If you're somebody that's an endurance athlete, or usually just somebody that wants to be a little bit more looking like an endurance athlete, then you do sets of 15 to 20 reps and you do 5 to 6 sets. Okay. Here's the crazy thing. All right. Bodybuilders, which I put myself in this category, even though I don't look like one, like that's my goal. That's how I lift. I'm a bodybuilder. I build my body. I'm not too concerned with being able to lift 500 pounds. I just want to look like I lift 500 pounds. So here's the crazy thing about that. I never lift heavy, ever. Like my side races, I do with super light 20-pound weights. Okay, like I never lift heavy. My chest, I use a lot of cables, a lot of machines. Once in a while, I'll use dumbbells on my chest. That's it. Okay. It's about getting as much blood pump into the muscle as possible. You want to pump that muscle full of blood. You want to get a pump and a squeeze and a contraction and a stretch, and you want to just tear those muscle fibers down, and that way they regrow bigger, bigger, and bigger. All right. You can be really strong. I've seen guys like super, super strong guys. Okay. I've seen them, and they're in the gym and they're like out curling me by like nobody's business, right? Like I might be doing curls. I got biceps. Look, I might be doing curls with, I don't know, let's say 25, 30 pounds, right? And I'm doing my curls and I'm going at it, and they're going at it with freaking 50-pound dumbbells doing curls, but their arms are half the size of mine, right? Like you could be really strong and not have much muscle, because when you're strong, muscle gets denser and more compact, right? And that's what gives you that strength, right? It doesn't necessarily mean that muscle grows larger, okay? So when you're doing things, you got to think about the purpose of why you're doing it, right? So what's your purpose? What's the outcome that you want to have in the gym? And then you lift towards that outcome, right? And so then we have body styles mixed in there as well, right? So you have endomorph, ectomorph, and mesomorph. Mesomorph is your natural athletes. These are usually your trainers, your pro athletes, your college athletes, your bodybuilders, your guys on the front of the magazine, all that kind of stuff. They're mesomorphs. They're naturally in shape. They're the types of guys that cannot work out for a week and still look ripped. Okay, it's bullshit. All right, they're the ones that can eat pizza and be all right. And you have the ectomorphs. Ectomorphs are the guys that can't gain weight. They tried their whole life to get arms, and they can't. It's just beyond what they know to do. They're really hard gainers, naturally skinny guys. And they have endomorphs like me, who are just naturally fat asses. Okay, we are meant to lift a lot of weight. Putting on muscle is easy for us. Putting on fat is easy, even easier, right? I used to tell people all the time, I could drive by McDonald's and gain 5 pounds of fat, or I could drive by a gym and gain 5 pounds of muscle. Like, it's just that easy for me to put on muscle and size. What's hard is to put on the muscle and size without the fat, right? So those are your 3 different body styles. So mesomorphs is bullshit. They're the guys that can respond to any type of training. It doesn't matter what type of training they do, they're going to respond, right? Like, it's just natural athletes. Ectomorphs, okay, their metabolism is really high. So really high endurance training for them isn't going to put on muscle and size. When they're doing reps of 20, 30 repetitions on things, and they're running and they're doing cardio and all these things that come naturally to them because they are ectomorphs, because they are naturally endurance athletes. And they're like, man, why didn't I gain muscle? Well, it's because you're doing things that are meant to increase your metabolism and burn the muscle, right? And so those guys need to train very slow, very heavy, and very few times a week, and they'll actually see a lot of muscle growth. So endomorphs, guys like me, we're naturally big, we're naturally strong, okay? We want to be big and strong, and it's awesome. We love being big and strong. We just don't want to be fat with it, right? So us endomorphs, we got to do we try, like, we can work out 7 days a week, and we will lift heavy ass weights 7 days a week. And we'll be like, man, why am I getting skinny? Well, because your fat ass is doing what comes easy to you, right? Like, you're doing the things that are natural for you. You're lifting a whole bunch of weight, and your body's responding by putting on a whole bunch of weight, right? So you need to lift more high reps, high sets, low rest breaks, right? Doing the things that are unnatural, that feel a little bit harder. And you're going to see better results with that, right? Like, better results because you're actually doing the things that you need to do. You're doing what you're supposed to do. So yeah, that's kind of that in a nutshell. What I do personally, I do really high sets, really high reps. I'd lift for the pump, for the contraction, for the stretch. I do those things. And I make sure that when I walk out of the gym, like, if it's a bicep day, like, I better have so much fucking pain in my biceps that, like, I want to feel like the normal person that did that workout would be crying at that moment. The next day when I wake up, I want to feel like I did arms yesterday, and I woke up this morning and my arms feel horrible. Like, it hurts to do that. Like, it hurts to flex. Like, it hurts to move my arms. And that's what I want every day. Because I want to be able to walk out of the gym going, I'm more badass than any other motherfucker that I know, right? Like, I work myself harder. I push myself harder than anybody else I know. And that's what I want, right? Like, that's my goal. So it's about what your goals are, okay? Lift to your goal. And it's about what your body type is. Like, if you're trying to lose weight and you're an endomorph and you're lifting heavy ass weight and low reps, like, of course you're not losing weight. Okay, but diet has probably more to play with this than anything does. So we've talked about diet. We'll talk about diet some more. Hopefully this gives you some information, and I think you deserve some motivation if you've lasted this long in the video and you're actually paying attention. So here's my motivational tip for this morning. All right, who the fuck kicks you in the ass in the morning? Who kicks you out of bed and says, get your ass up and go work out, right? Accountability, man. You got to have it. Who holds you accountable? Who did you give the authority to hold you accountable? Because accountability is king. If you don't have somebody willing to hold you accountable, that you've given authority to hold you accountable, you're going to fail. Okay? So who holds you accountable? Who's that person that you've put in charge of you to say, hey, I want you to call me, I want you to text me, or I'm going to call you, or I'm going to text you every day, let you know what I did today, and I need you to kick me in the ass when I don't call you, or when you do call me, I need you to kick me in the ass, and it really makes sure I do the things that I've committed to do, right? So who holds you accountable, right? That's king. Find somebody to hold you accountable. For me, it's these live videos. It's my wife. It's my coach, right? Like I have a coach. His name's Chad Blake, so he holds me accountable. And then it's just looking in the mirror every morning holds me hell of accountable. But I've been doing this a long time. I've been doing this for 12 years. So my mentality is a little bit different than most people's. So who holds you accountable? Who's that person for you? All right, man. We'll talk to you guys later. Have a good morning. I feel like I rambled a little bit in this video, but hopefully you found some value out of it. We'll talk to you later.